Welcome. This is Irongeek cast number 41, changes. But the person who put some of those changes in the show notes isn't going to be able to make it tonight, unfortunately. So I have no one else in the hangout with me. So I'm not sure I have much to say. Let me pause the thing I have in the background.
She's very physiologically aware, so she's also helped.
So,
unfortunately. So
stop
I
that.
have no one else.
All right. Well, at least I know the stream's going out. Yes. What did Charles put in the show notes? He had something he brought up. Says number one point was how can we make the info community better? That's a pretty open question, and it's certainly something I don't think I should be answering just by myself here. Well, looks like everybody's busy doing something else. Yeah, 2 people watching, and I have nothing to say. Well, there was a tweet I was going to bring up. Have it in the show notes. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. I'll do a screen share. Okay. Should be presenting to everyone. Adam Morgan brought this to my attention. There's someone who is very upset because a conference photoshopped her face onto what she calls like a sexualized body. Now, as far as Wonder Woman costumes go, I'd say that's one of the more tamer ones I've seen from over the years. But she has this huge breakdown about it, and it's kind of I don't know if it's going to be used for like publicity stuff and such. It probably is kind of a dick move to be photoshopping someone without their permission in that kind of promotional sense. But this reaction just seems like, well, freaking nuts. But there's no one else here on the stream to present an opinion. JD, why don't you hop on? Well, before I started the stream, I was sitting here watching a Ruben report. He's talking to Jordan Peterson, some titled the "Rules for Life," an antidote for, and it cuts off right there. But usually an interesting guy to listen to. See if I can find anything funny on YouTube, maybe. I got 8 people watching, but no one's joining. Well, at least want to go to the 30-minute mark. But if no one joins at that point, I think I'll go ahead and just quit it. Let's play this.
Aware, so she's also helped me with this sort of thing. But we watch people on the streets all the time. People in general now have very poor posture.
Yeah.
It's very bad for them.
Well, that's got to be phone related too, right?
I think that's part of it. But I also think it's something our culture doesn't attend to. Like, you kind of have to remind your kids to stand up. You know, it takes a certain amount of conscious effort. But yeah, in that chapter, I talk a lot about lobsters, which I kind of have an affinity for lobsters, and because they, well, the short story is that when a lobster loses a fight, because they're fighting all the time for dominance, let's say, in their hierarchies, he kind of crunches down, so he looks smaller. When he wins a fight, he stretches out, looks bigger, and so he's signaling to other lobsters the tally of his victories, let's say. So if a lobster has won a fight, he's more likely to win the next fight than you would calculate from having a tally of all his previous defeats and victories. And if he loses a fight, then he's more likely to lose the next fight. So that's that Matthew principle at work. Okay, so you think, well, so what? So what does that have to do with anything? It's like, okay, part of the kicker is, well, the lobster runs on serotonin, neurochemical. And if the lobster loses, the serotonin levels go down. And if he wins, the serotonin levels go up. And when the serotonin levels go up, he stretches out. And he's a confident lobster. And one of the consequences of that is if a lobster loses a battle and you give him the equivalent of antidepressants, then he stretches out and he'll go fight again. So antidepressants work on lobsters. Right. And you think, well, who cares? It's like, no, you don't get it. We diverged from lobsters from an evolutionary perspective 350 million years ago, and it's the same circuit. It's absolutely unbelievable. And that shows you how deep inside you, how basic, how primordial that circuit is in you, that's sizing other people up and looking at where they fit in the hierarchy. Well, human society, it's more like hierarchies of competence than dominance per se. And like, if your serotonin levels fall, you get depressed, you crunch forward, and the whole, everything around you turns cloudy.
Yeah, I'm watching this interview with on Movement Report with Jordan B. Peterson.
Loop, you know, and so it's really important to, if you're trying to get your act together, it's really important to stretch yourself up and sit up properly, because it's part of the psychophysiological loop that can start you on the upward curve. And so it's a really important thing to take note of. And like, if you've been bullied, say when you were a kid, maybe you've moved, and so it's sort of irrelevant. You're still carrying that with you in the hunched shoulders, and then you can't breathe properly.
I'm not sure what you mean by
more bullying.
preaching
Predator types
green.
are always looking for people who look like they can be intimidated and You know, make a nice fuss if they are, you know, like a nice gratifying. They'll make nice gratifying sounds of suffering if you torment them. Right?
Right.
That's what a bully really wants. And so that's what the first chapter is about. It's about hierarchy, and it's a critique in some sense also of the idea of the patriarchy. You know, because the patriarchy is this dominant, oppressive hierarchy that everyone's embedded in. And, you know, the social constructionist, social justice warrior, postmodernist types think about that as a social construction. It's like, how about no? That's just wrong. Lobsters have hierarchies. That's 1/3 of a billion years ago. Okay, that's not a social construction. It's part of being itself. And if you only see a hierarchy as power and tyranny, then you're looking at the world wrong. Like, it's true that hierarchies can be tyrannical and dominant, and a degenerated hierarchy is nothing but tyranny. But in a functional society, the hierarchy is actually the structure of the system, and you're actually protected within it. Well, then how you relate to that hierarchy is very important, but that's part of personal development. That's part of standing upright, you know. And then people in the hierarchy think, oh, well, you're someone who could do good things for the hierarchy. Let's promote you.
Yeah.
You know, like, men don't struggle for power. That isn't what men do. Not if they're civilized. They size each other up and elect the competent to lead them. And they do that at every level of society. Like, I tell a story in there about, might be later in another chapter, it doesn't matter. I worked in a rail crew in southern Saskatchewan. They're rough guys, like a lot of them have been in prison, you know. And when you first came onto the rail crew, you got a stupid nickname and people teased you. And I remember this one kid called Lunch Bucket. That was his nickname because he came to the rail crew with a lunch bucket that looked like his mom had packed it. That was a bad idea. You bring your damn lunch in kind of a, you know, ratty paper bag. Right. Don't make too big a thing out of it.
And it's dirty and smelly.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's like, you're not pronouncing your status with your lunch bucket.
You don't have a Barbie lunchbox.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
So they named him Lunch Bucket, which he wasn't very happy about.
Yeah.
Well, that was a mistake. He should have taken it with a smile. And then he was always peevish and irritable. And if you asked him to do something, he'd whine. And so, like, this was soon after I joined the rail crew. Well, soon, there's about 60 men on this crew. It stretched out about a quarter of a mile down the tracks. Soon, anonymous harassers.
Oh, some just joined.
Rail crew. Well, soon, there's about 60 men on this crew. It stretched out about a quarter of a mile down the tracks. Soon, anonymous harassers.
Oh, some just joined.
What's up, my buddies?
That's smart.
On this crew, it stretched out about a quarter of a mile down the tracks. Soon,
What's up, my buddies? Oh, we're in second inning. Hold on. What's up, my buddies? Oh, we're in second inning. Hold on.
There we go. That's better.
Okay, that's better.
There was so much looping, it wasn't cool.
Okay, now we're back.
No, Charles put some things in the show notes, but
can you shoot me a link to the show notes? I don't have a copy.
Okay, let me see if I can.
Just put it in the group chat and I'll hit it. Dude, as you were saying about the stupid nickname, when I joined the fire department, they gave me a stupid nickname too. They called me Rah Rah. They said, we're going to call you Rah Rah because you're a rah retard. And you know what? It's a rude shit thing to do to somebody, to give them a nickname that makes them feel horrible about themselves. But I just own that shit. I'm like, you're going to call me Ra? Fine. I'm Ra, the fucking god of Egypt. Fuck you. You know what? I still own that shit. Look at this. That's my fucking little thing. I wear it to this day. You know. I know I'm not Ra, the god of Egypt, but you know what? Fuck you, fucking asshole fireman. You know, back in 2001, who decided that you were going to try and make me quit. And like James Lang and the rest of the Malvern crew. Try and make me quit doing something I love just because you think I'm slow. I wasn't slow. I was medicated, and there's a difference. And I'm still medicated. The only problem is that I've been medicated so long, It's like wearing a weight vest. And then when you take the weight vest off, you're stronger than everybody else. So, you know, okay. I see the show notes. Anybody else hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
How we can make the information community better. Fucking A. All right, I got a couple ideas with this one, Adrian.
Okay.
The information security community is very cliquey. We have our own little groups, and we don't like to invite other people into our groups. You know what? It's like Tool. You know, you ever been to a Tool meeting? We all sit together and we don't hang out with anybody else. And then somebody else new comes, and it's like, hey, I want to learn how to lockpick. And we're all just sitting there in a giant circle jerk, teaching each other how to do the latest lockpicking techniques. Not that there is anything new under the sun. And this person just wants to be friends with us. But no, we're going to be like, hey, man, you know what? Sit over there in the corner and teach me that you can pick a simple lock first. No, same shit with the info community. We can't do it that way. We got to be teachers, and we got to be role models for these kids. Don't just talk about a buffer overflow. Show them how you trace EIP and immunity debugger. Show them how sending a string of characters of A's. Show them why that causes a buffer overflow. Just don't show them that it doesn't buffer overflow. You walk through it with them, and you teach them how to do it so that they can make themselves better. And if you want to make the information community itself better, screw this whole code of contact bullshit. You know what? Treat people the way you want to be treated. If you want to be treated like an asshole, then treat people like an asshole. But if you want to be taught how to hack, you know what? Teach somebody how to hack. Or you know what? Teach yourself. That's what you should do. You should make people ask questions. Use the Socratic method. Oh, you want to learn how to do a buffer overflow? Well, here's how I did a buffer overflow. Check it out on ExploitDB. Check out what I did and see how you can replicate that. I wrote mine in C. I wrote it in C just because that was what was popular back then. See if you can take this program I wrote in C and then they take it and make it right in Python. But it's the same premise. It's showing you where there's the exploit. It's showing you how many A's you have to do. And that's the kind of shit we can do and make the information security community better. We can be role models instead of just being dicks. And you posted a Twitter status here. And I agree, man. Like, I'm looking at it now. Photoshopped my face onto a sexualized image of Wonder Woman without my consent. The sexualized image here is an image of Wonder Woman. You know what? Who gives a flying fuck? You know what?
No,
If somebody,
it gets worse. It gets worse. It totally gets worse. If
all right,
you look at it,
tell me how it gets
no,
worse.
look at why it's worse. It's worse because she says it's a sexualized image, but it's not. It's a PR marketing image. It is literally the Warner Brothers DC Comics approved film marketing image, fully clothed, just straight poster. It's not an over. She made it sound like they selected something where it was like Wonder Woman in like a friggin' negligee.
Gotcha.
It's not. It's actually that
Wonder
image
Woman?
posted.
Wonder Woman is fucking badass, and if somebody photoshopped my face onto Wonder Woman, I would be very happy. You know why?
Would you like
Go
that
ahead.
done? I can do that. Give me a moment.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. Let's do all the things.
Hack all the things, drink all the booze.
Be all
Give
the
props to
naughties.
David and Virus from DC 909.
All the naughties.
Whoa. You want like a clean picture of me, or you just want to take this from the screen that we're doing right now?
I'll take it from here. Just give me a second. I gotta get on the desktop.
Cool. Here, let me take off. These are my new glasses, by the way. They're called Borderline, and they are exactly the same glasses Mr. Robot wears in the TV show. And if you want to get yourself a pair, go to ibuydirect.com. There, we have advertisers now. No, we don't.
I was going to say, they look like the same pair of glasses that Michael Douglas wore in Falling Down.
They are, you know what? I think they are. It might just be the same prop. I could totally see him being like, greetings and salutations from Heather's, and then being like, You know what? I think I'm going to take these Michael Douglas glasses from falling down from the prop room. These are going to be part of my costume for Mr. Robot. Hold on one sec. I'll be right back. By the way, episode 4 of Mr. Robot's coming on soon of season 3. Make sure you check that out. Mr. Robot is the shit. Even though it doesn't have any of that Mulan sauce. That's the whole point of this, after all, isn't it? I just want to get that Mulan dipping sauce. That Mulan dipping sauce is the whole reason I got into InfoSec. The Mulan dipping sauce from McDonald's. They don't have it anymore. They need to have it again.
Rick and Morty that was popularizing the Szechuan sauce.
It is. I'm seeing if anybody will get the reference. I like to cross all the realities. That's why they call me a reality bender. See, Aang was the last earthbender, and I'm the last reality bender. Just fucking around. All right. Excuse the language. Have we got me photoshopped onto Wonder Woman yet? Because I could have done it by now.
You want perfection?
No.
No, you wait. You wait. You wait. It takes me this long to get the desktop up. Now, shush.
Make sure you put me in perfect 365 first. I have to look pretty after all. Do, 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 It's the universe talking to me. Hello, universe, illustrious. It's just like that episode of Futurama where Fry is out and flying around and he comes across the universe and it's just a giant computer. And he's like, hey, can you send me home? And he's like, where's home? Third planet from the sun? Which system? It's called Earth. We have a guy called God there. And he goes, computing. God. Oh, that's me. Oh, I'll send you home. Boom.
I don't think I saw that.
All right. Well, she photoshops me. Let's continue with the show notes and Frank's resume that I'm beefing up. Because trusted second binary defense systems don't seem to want to hire somebody to work remote.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway,
well,
those are my top choices. I would rather work for them than anybody else, but you know, they don't seem to want to hire.
And they want you to move to Cleveland?
My cracked copy of Malwarebytes realized it's not cracked. Okay.
Busted.
They're like, hey, we recognized your host's file as a virus. Please don't. It is Trojan. Please don't steal our software.
Well, that's one way to end things.
That's definitely one way to do it. I think it's hilarious. Oh, so I've been fucking around with not Temple OS, but what is this thing called? It's a fork of Temple OS. It's actually got a network stack built in. It's pretty fun to play with. It's called Shrine OS. And it's about maybe 5 meg. It's really weird. I've been playing with it. It's like having MS-DOS in a virtual machine, but MS-DOS written by a person who may or may not have been extremely mentally unstable. It's like if Bill Gates had been doing PCP when he made MS-DOS. Share my
Why didn't you
screen.
ask the question?
Where's my okay, here profile. How the hell do you share your screen? Maybe this button that says share my screen will do it. Why not? Let's inception it.
I see something.
You see it now? All right, so this is Temple OS over here. Control. This shit is freaky as hell. Well, it's the new version of it, but it's written on, it's stacked. It's very much like MS-DOS. Can you guys see?
Hmm?
It's called Shrine OS, and some crazy schizophrenic guy built this. And if you go to the Temple OS website, yeah, he thinks he's God or something, or like a prophet of God. I just was playing with it because I like anything built on DOS. And like, check it out. What should I type into it? Give me something, I'll type it.
Hell.exe.
What? Hell.exe?
Yeah.
Error undefined. Except compiler. So there's no hell.exe. But that's in the C: home directory. Maybe if I cd cd clear.
Wait a second though. It looks like you have an Ode on it.
Possible. It seems to be an offset there. This plus that plus ampersand being user command line. So the ampersand is user command line. Hide that. Control. Hide this. Okay.
I'd like to point out that you now have a possible exploit on God's operating system. You know what that means, right? You might have just hacked God.
Oh, I hacked God long ago. That's why I am technology in this universe. Just fucking with you. You ever read Neil Gaiman's book, American Gods? It's my favorite book right now. I think you should all read it. Or watch the show on Netflix if you're a lazy asshole.
I'm a lazy asshole.
Watch the show on Netflix then, or listen to the audiobook. I don't know what I'm doing, but it seems to be I ran into a dead end of some kind.
You know, I'm surprised they don't have the most critical game on there for God-fearing people who hate.
I'm going down. I found the place. Where should I go now? I'm in a hole. Stuck in a hole. That's Alice in Chains, right? Feeding my soul. All right. Let me put some Alice in Chains on, and then there we go. Oh, look, show notes. That's what we're supposed to be talking about. I'm still waiting for me to be drawn. Hold on.
Can it run Doom?
It probably can. I mean, it's got MS-DOS and DOS4GW, so I'd imagine. Oh shit! Bad guy! Bad guy! Bad guy! How do I hit something? There's got to be a button. What button do you think would swing the sword? Yes, delete old windows. Delete. Delete. You are no longer needed. Delete. All right. Okay. Bad guys, bad guys. How do you swing the sword, guys? AB, maybe? Control? Negative? What would you guys use? Maybe a real knight doesn't need to swing a sword. Maybe I'm magical. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I'm gonna maybe take the mouse and exit. Oh look, Castle Frankenstein. Let's see what that is. I mean, how trippy is this shit? Come on. This schizophrenic dude built an entire OS. Oh shit, there are more sprites there. Nobody cares. I still think it's freaking awesome. He hand built this. You can run this on an old computer. It's an ISO file, man. Pull this shit down. You get that old ass computer from your closet. You throw this on there and just like, boom. All right. So apparently I'm the only one who thinks it's cool.
It's cool, but I can't help but think I want to get hell on it.
Can you? That was under unfun games too. So they have a fun games section, and then he has a game section called fun games. Let's do fast reboot. Boom, boom. Take tour. Yes. See, look at this. The help system, the basics, editing and running programs, adding macros to the personal menu, choose file name, autocomplete. File masks. It's an entire OS that's in like 6 megs, man. It's fucking wicked. Ooh, test suite. Let's go there. We will now run a test suite that will automatically execute the most temple demos. Takes a few minutes. Press enter. That didn't do a damn thing. It's heap memory, dude. Yo, heap is the executable memory too. So I wonder what the hell. Doc get key. I just think it's really cool. Atom task, CPU 0, unnamed task. It's like really trippy, man.
I have
Anyway.
a stupid idea.
I love stupid ideas. Let's do it. It's also got a full network stack.
So let's see if we can fuzz the hell out of it and then submit all the bug reports under the alias Satan.
Wait, so we actually want to improve the operating system written by a schizophrenic man and do actual bug reports on his GitHub?
Under the alias Satan.
Dude, no. We should be a light bringer because Lucifer's name literally means light bringer. So we'll make it seem like we're a cool, like some schizo guy, another schizo guy. We'll play into his game. We'll be like the Satan, but we'll call it Lightbringer. That could be fun. Anyway. Oh, look, Inception.
Every file is 666 kilobytes. 666 lines.
All right. Let me find it anyway. Oh, look at this. All these people joined and left the group chat. It's like, I'm here. I don't want to be here. Let me go away. All right. Your mama is in the fill-in stream. Okay, so all we've got are changes. Let's look at the things that we never talked about in past streams that we
Hang on. I've got one which just happened recently.
All right, what happened recently?
The CIA has released the files that were found on Bin Laden's computer.
That's pretty cool. That's shit I'd like to go through. You know what else happened? Apparently McDonald's is having a crisis today. Yes, there's a crisis in McDonald's over how the hamburger is made. So that's the top thing on CNN. And Fox News is they call it the McDonald's hamburger crisis. So fake news, man. Fake news. Fuck your fake news. We actually have real news. All right, in New York City yesterday, there was a van filled with terrorists who decided to shoot people, I heard. And then all of a sudden the story changed to there was one man in a van who went on a shooting rampage and killed 7 people. And then the story changed yet again to it was a terrorist hanging outside the side of a van while somebody else drove shooting people. Yet the story keeps changing, but there are 7 people dead. And if you've ever been to New York City, we have these things called Link NYC stations. They're everywhere. And they are spy stations. And each one of them has about 52 cameras on it pointing in different directions. Not just a little one over by the top where you put that's going to turn off the cameras. New York City is one of the most wired cities in the world. And yet no news outlet's able to come up with live footage of this when we are the most connected city in the world. Next to that city that was actually built on top of the ocean and built literally wired in like Japan somewhere, they had the city they built up, and they literally built it with fiber optic cable running through it from the ground up, and the cost of living there is your privacy. But that place was cool. Whoa, Inception. Okay. Illustrious Nightshade. How are you today?
I think they left.
Jack Frag. Is he here?
Yeah.
How are you doing, Jackie?
I'm good.
Hey, look. It's Bridget. Hi, Bridget. What's new?
Putting your face on Wonder Woman.
It wouldn't be the first time.
All right.
You know, I am a very attractive woman, normally. You're just giving me a big fat face.
The face, though.
Yeah. Ooh. Inception. Ooh. So, you guys remember Winamp? It really kicks the llama's ass, rather.
Really whips the llama's ass, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I figured out this really cool trick you can do with Winamp, the old version, with the Geist plugin, which you might like. Geist is the stuff written by, I think, Robert or Richard Geist. I forget which brother it was. But they did some really cool shit with visualizations in Winamp back in the day. So when you would click up here when you were playing something, so first we're going to do play URL line in / line input. So now everything I say is being visualized up here. So now you see the visualizer? So yeah, my voice gets visualized. It's the line input. So then I'm going to go options, preferences over here. I'm going to go to visualization plugins, and I'm going to find Milk Drop. Pretty cool, right? So now I maximize that shit so you guys can all see my screen. And now whatever I say is instantly visualized. Come on, pretty cool, right, motherfuckers?
Yeah, but the real question is, can you do it in a way which ties into deep learning so that way Skynet learns how to talk?
Bitch, fuck Skynet. This is HighNet. Man, Skynet is one version of the future, and it's not a very pleasant one. I like to call mine HighNet. Because we're high as fuck. Snoochie boochies. Oh, come on. You got to admit that was pretty cool. Oh, wait. Let me get my TARDIS. Okay. Yeah, let Bridget go on. Oh, look at me. I am a sexy bitch right there. But you couldn't pick a picture with my mouth closed?
No. You wouldn't shut up.
I never do. That's the problem.
Shut up, fool.
Well, that's definitely a double bagger.
Yo, it's a triple bagger. One bag for your head, one bag for her head, and one bag, another one on your head in case the first bag falls off. Oh, dude. So look, this is like high times over here, and it's line input. So when you guys say shit, it will also do it. So I'm just gonna replace my picture. Feedback loop going into this thing of bubbles and other stuff. So Mr. Geis, I would like to thank you for making the trippiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Built into the old Winamp and never utilized by most people. Most people on my list was coming back. Adrian, help, my list was coming back. What should I do? I have to do my voice exercises. Me, my, mo, fa, fu, fun. There we go. How is the picture coming? Ladies?
Your mom.
No, man.
You're done.
What?
It's right here.
Hold on, I have to switch input. Johnny 5 alive. Need input. There we go. That shit is beautiful. See, I am thrilled to be photoshopped onto Wonder Woman. And do you know why? Because you didn't get rid of my double chin. No, that's perfect. You leave that double chin. That is, I'm a full-figured woman, and I'm proud of my figure. Oop, there goes the resume. Resume. Look how long my resume is. It's only 4 pages, man. You would think that with a 4-page resume, I could get a good job to pay us all the monies. But nope, no monies. Instead, I just do stupid shit like this.
So I've come to the conclusion.
Yeah.
The only way out is to build my way out and be on my own shit. Frankly, corporate looks at 1 year of work experience and goes, we don't care what the circumstances are. You're fucked.
Dude, I have a negative bank account right now. I have negative monies. But you know what? I don't care because I got good friends. I got a good life. And my wife works and makes enough money so that I don't end up on the street. And things could be so much worse. I am happy for what I've got. And I appreciate my wife and everything else that I've got, man. My life is good.
As much as I should say it more, I do appreciate my family putting up with my shit.
You should.
I do appreciate the fact that, frankly, besides just my family, I got my hacker family as well, including multiple people in the chat. And
we love you, Howie.
What can I say? I'm gonna build something fucking cool. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Dude, I'm telling you, we can build everything we can. Whoa, we can build anything we put our minds to, man. If you can visualize it, I can build it. I tell you, when I'm a good maker, I'm not joking. I come up with an idea, and a few hours later, I've got a prototype. And my buddy Ang is even better at it. I'm hanging out with him on Friday. Ang from Red Balloon is the smartest man I know. He can literally, he's like modern-day Nikola Tesla. He comes up with an idea. He builds a prototype PCB, and a day later, he's got a working product. The dude is a genius. And today is 11, what's today's date? 11. No.
11/1.
October. Today is October 1st, right? November 1st.
November 1st.
So it's 2-1 today. So that's part of the lateralis spiral, or the what's that called? 1-1-2-1, 1-1-1-2-2-1. The whole thing with if you look up tool and you type in. Yeah, let me do this since I have access and control. Let me go to no, YouTube. 42 and 2 by Tool, one of the coolest songs. And the video for this, man, is wicked shit. Here, check this out.
Don't play much because copyright.
It's fine. I'll lower the volume.
Uh,
And I'll just pop it up and down. The shadow is an unconscious complex that is defined as the repressed and suppressed aspects of the conscious self. Through my old numb shadow.
May I make a suggestion?
Conscious, persona, ego, shadow, animus, self, and unconscious. There are constructive and destructive types of shadow. Carl Jung emphasized that the importance of being aware of the shadow material and incorporating it into the conscious awareness, lest one project these attributes onto others. So in other words, if you don't control your own metaphysical, psychic bullshit, you're going to project it onto somebody else who's going to hurt them, somebody else. Shadows, shedding skin. I've been picking scabs again.
well, that's
So
just
Maynard's
how
a fucking
it
genius.
is.
He's not talking about real scabs. He's talking about metaphysical scabs. Digging down through my old muscles and looking for a clue, he's talking about the shadow self. Essentially the shadow that's talked about in Neil Gaiman's book.
Uh-huh.
Shadow being a version of yourself that is removed from the psyche. The
Yep.
version of yourself. I'm sorry, I just keep talking. You go ahead.
I'm just agreeing.
For a piece of me to cross over, a word to guide me in. I want to feel the changes coming down. Shadow. This is fair use. Fair use. We are using this for fair use again. The human being deals with the reality of the shadow in one of four ways: projection, denial, integration, or transmutation, like a motherfucking Full Metal Alchemist. Join, my child. Join in my shadow. Join in the shadow moves and join closer to meaning. Crawling on my belly, in my skin, wallowing in my own chaotic, insecure delusions.
How big do you want your boobs?
Show us your tits.
Okay then.
Yeah, show them tits. My shadow, change is coming in my
Make them
shadow.
bigger.
"46 and 2 represents the chromosomes in the human body. I choose to grow. And I choose to take and give and move and learn and love and cry and kill and die and to be paranoid and to lie and to hate and fear and to do everything that it takes to move on through. My shadow, I choose to live into. Lie, kill and give into. Die, learn to live it through. Do what it takes to step through your motherfucking shadow into yourself.
You know, if I didn't know you were singing along to the song, I think you were nuts. And again, I know you're nuts.
There are three totally different kinds of humans on Earth. The first kind of human has chromosome composition 42 plus 2. Compromise a unity consciousness, does not see anything outside themselves as being separate from themselves. To them, there's one Earth energy, one life, one being, one moves that moves everywhere. We are unity, anything happening anywhere within them as well. We are like cells in a body. The cells in a body that are connected to a single consciousness. And this single consciousness moves all of our cells. These are our originals in Australia. Few in African tribes like this. The Illuminati also. Then there are those on our level, 44 plus 2. We are disharmonic level of consciousness, a stepping stone in reality from 42 plus 2 to 46 plus 2. 2 additional chromosomes changes everything. Into my shadow. I need 2 and 2.
Some of a comment I think on the stream that was apparently 8 people died in that terrorist attack.
Don't let them dictate our future. Don't let them dictate our present, and don't let them overwrite our past. I am the Firebird, motherfucker.
I uploaded your
Oh.
thing in chat.
Awesome.
It's you can have it there now.
I'm looking, hold on. I'm looking to chat. Too many things open at
It's
once.
fine. It's totally horrible.
I sent you a request for access.
Really?
You better-
It's gonna be a dick.
You better hurry before Google takes it down.
Google is
Fair
censored
use.
now. It's getting
This is an example of fair use now. Fair use. Fair use. This is an example of fair use. Everything. Everything. My request has been sent. Why don't you just paste it into the chat? Actually, just put it on your screen and it'll give you screen access.
I did.
Boom. We're looking at your screen now.
Right? It's there.
I'm looking now.
Look at
I
it.
look amazing. I am fucking Wonder Woman.
If anyone
I am
else have any
proud.
requests?
Yes.
Adrian, would you like to get in on?
No,
Hold on, gotta lower the music.
Oh, you lost.
Anyway, can we put Adrian's beard on Wonder Woman?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, do it. Put it on me too. Put the Adrian. Wait, Adrian still has a beard. I thought you were shaving that off at Schmoo.
No, someone like already bought it.
Yeah, it's already gone.
Oh,
It's, yeah.
so you're smooth skin?
Really?
Hello, smooth skin. It's nice to see you again.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh, is that what we want to
More.
listen to? Hold on,
Or
I can
never
totally do that.
change.
Where's my?
Wait, who sings that? Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Is Simon and Garfunkel or is it
If we could get
I have it.
Hello.
I'm pretty sure. And then didn't Disturbed do a cover recently?
Yeah.
I Disturbed did a really good version. Come on.
You know, I have an idea.
You have many ideas. Here we go. Let's try this. This is by NXP.
No, this might be a good idea. Might be a good idea, might be a bad idea. I don't know which. You know,
This is not it at all.
I gotta ask something. How long does everyone think it'll take for how long does everyone think it'll take for this SJW to die out in POSAC?
Hold on 1 second. I gotta turn my music down. It's in my ear. Meow, meow, meow. Reaching through.
No, 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 no.
Ha-di-da-di-da-di-da.
Lord of darkness, my old friend. Armies oppressing us again. Watching commies flee on live streaming. Farming cats with all this deep meaning. Fight the brainwashing that was planted a while ago. Fighting for
Sound.
in those dreams I be a cock. Through the sea of Mars's tears. My rage was stoked by the murder of an airborne Baseman.
It's the sound of.
And in the Berkeley streets I saw green cards fading shouting Nazi acid race. This last Bolsheviks.
Burn the zoo, la-di-da, 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 la-di-da.
Some logic, religion spoiled brand.
Yowie, 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 yo.
Your kind of studies teach you
You're not helping any.
it's time to face hero. Righteous people rose and further and you're standing so very okay. Proudly sing their anthem, shiny light.
This is on some kind of frog rock sound.
She puts on my beard. I look like a female Odin. And the song has died again.
You are secretly sexist, and you probably won't listen to the video, but
No, I mean,
Dude, I look amazing with Aiden. Aiden? Your name is not Aiden. Adrian's beard. In fact, I'm going to use my accent from now on, so you can know what I really sound like. Because American accents are really fucking tough to do for a long time. Anyway. Havoc here. And we've got lots of beautiful shite going on. So what I'm going to do while you do your shit is do my shit. And I'm going to steal your shit. And we're going to build off each other's shit until we've got a giant pile of fucking turd. I have got a fucking phone call. Go away. Nobody wants to talk to you. In the sound of darkness, Hey, you. I'm on a live webcam thing, so don't walk naked in front of the camera. But I'm good otherwise.
You can't walk naked in front of the camera.
I'll go close it. Guys, I got to go close the garage. I'll be right back.
Ready?
Would anyone like to see some of what I'm working on right now?
How was your day today?
Okay, just busy.
Hey, you're coming through real garbled, Ari.
A few questions on LinkedIn. There might be a security engineer job in Manhattan that would be a good fit.
That's good.
Meeting a bunch of sock guys. Be back.
All right, I'm heading out. I'm gonna go play some like Warcraft or some shit. Yeah, wow.
Okay.
Yes, and I still have to pack for my trip for the Midwest in the morning.
Test. Can anyone hear me now?
Yeah, much better.
Wow, lots of people dropped. Did I piss everyone off?
It looks like most of them.
Hello, Bo. I am happy you are home. Don't want you to think that I'm not.
Apparently this is broke. I'll go over to my.
Hello, cat. Ow, cat. That stupid cat. Hello, I'm back. Did you miss me?
Oh, so very much.
Is she still painting? Is it just me and Howie and everybody else left?
Looks like it.
So me, Adrian, and Howie. What did we do to get everybody to leave? Was it the cats? Was it me being a pain in the ass? We still live streaming or not?
We're still streaming.
Okay, then let's do this. Can you hear that? Can you hear the song that I have playing?
No.
All right, I think we're gonna have to close out. I mean, it just seems to just be me and you, but I also see some internet issues going on. on the map. It looks like there's a lot of people who lost internet. Looks like that one of the root DNS servers is having an issue. I'm gonna go offline for a while, Adrian. Right. I gotta do some investigation in case work needs me.
All right, catch you later, man. I think I'm about to stop the broadcast.
All right, I'll talk to you in a bit.
Talk to you later. Oh, I'm looking through the chat and what people said. Salmon call, phone call. Oh, so Aiden Palin is good YouTube. Aiden tomato. Oh, Aiden. Okay. I guess I must have had that up in my sidebar. Well, folks, I think we'll call it quits for the evening. You'll have a good night.